Everybody, thanks for watching. And just a quick reminder that the flash drive sale ends on Monday. This will be the final weekend for that sale. Make sure you guys take advantage. Also, everybody asks what comes with the flash drive. It comes with the entire Merkabah catalog. That's over 90 of my DVDs that I released over the last few years. So there's over 90 videos. It also comes with all of my YouTube videos as well, categorized on a flash drive. It also comes with, for now, the Never Pay Again membership to Merkabah Academy. So understand, once Monday hits, if you get the flash drive, it will be separate from the Never Pay Again membership. So right now, this is your final weekend to get the flash drive at this price, and Never Pay Again membership comes with it, meaning the new videos that's coming up, you'll always get the new videos. You won't have to pay for no new videos. And we have 2 new videos coming up, 2 new DVDs coming up this week. So make sure you guys take advantage of that sale, and basically it'll pay for itself in the next few videos coming up. Also, everybody, if you ordered a flash drive before Monday, then it's out. So check your tracking numbers, as I said before last video. All those orders have shipped. So check your tracking number, check it today, check it tomorrow. It should be updated. So if you ordered before Monday, your flash drive is on the way to you now if you ordered before Monday. So make sure you guys check your tracking numbers for that, and you'll see that it's shipped already. Also, make sure you guys are registered at Merkabah Academy, especially if you bought the flash drive. A lot of you guys still haven't registered. So make sure you register on Merkabah Academy so your account can be updated and you can get, full access to Merkabah Academy, and you can have access to the new videos that comes to Never Pay Again section in Merkabah Academy. So make sure you guys do that. So yeah, I want to thank everybody who participated in the flash drive sale. As I said, the sale was done to generate revenue to help upgrade the site and for equipment or what have you. Just the storage of so many different things. Like I said, it's a WordPress site right now. It's going to be something much greater. It's been updated little by little, but I appreciate everybody who took the time to support. I stretched the sale out longer because, yeah, you have people email me and say, hey, I don't get paid till Friday. Can you stretch the sale out? I can't turn those people down. I can't say no to anybody who emails me that's willing to spend money, they paycheck to support. So I stretch the sale out for as long as I can. But again, as I said, it's not fair to the people who paid full price for this stuff, a while ago. So yeah, I appreciate everybody who has been supportive of, the movement and everything that I'm doing and has supported. I really appreciate that. Just make sure you guys take advantage of the sale. I know every time I take the sale down, somebody emails me and complains about the new price, or which is going to be the old price, or something like that, or they missed the sale. So I try to stretch it out because I know not everybody's going to see this video immediately. So again, everybody should see it. It's the weekend. So hopefully people see it by Monday, and that's it. So that'll be end of the flash drive sale. It will go back to $3.99, and I appreciate everybody's support on that. So let's get into this video. So now, as you guys already know, I have numerous videos on the Black Hebrew Israelites, but this is something that has been happening with the Christian movement, as I said it would. They are trying to piggyback on ancient Egypt, which we know they do that with the Bible in its entirety, basically. But with the Hebrews, what they've been trying to do is claim Kemet, claim aspects of Kemet to try to give validity to the Hebrew Israelites. Again, there is no proof that the biblical Hebrews ever existed. Absolutely no proof of that. So we can't prove that, the tribe of Judah, those people who they're naming in the Bible who did so much shit, we can't prove that they actually did anything. We can't prove it. There's no proof of that. So we're going off of biblical text, not actual proven history. So what they have to do is try to attach themselves onto people who we can prove existed. So the Shashu, or the Shu, who they like to reference a lot, who is basically a name that the ancient Egyptians called wanderers, plunderers, people who came in who were stealing. They ascribed those names to many different people. And it's basically a term for wanderers. And you had a lot of people wander into Kemet, during famine or what have you. We know about the wars with the Hittites and the Hyksos or what have you with the Egyptians. And you put these people in the same category, and this is who they're trying to attach themselves onto. So basically, you have the Hebrew Israelites trying to say that this Shashu, or Shu, however you want to pronounce it, were the Hebrew Israelites. Because, you know, we could go look in history and find this mention of these people in from the ancient Egyptians. Now, of course, they can't prove that, and there's too many holes in that story, because again, if the biblical Hebrews existed and they were calling themselves Hebrews and was known as Hebrews, then that's what they would have been calling them. Not Hebrews specifically, but they would have been calling them exactly what they are, as far as these chosen people of God that had the powers that the Bible would say they have. Now, the Egyptians depicted themselves as, when you talk to these Hebrews, they want to say that they are the slaves that's on the wall, the people that's in bondage on the depictions, the reliefs in ancient Kemet, which we know who these people are. As I talked about this before, this are the Hyksos and the Hittites. You have many depictions of Ramses II bashing the skulls of these people because they went to war with them many times. So these are not Hebrews. They're not Hebrews. These are just Hittites. These are the Hyksos. And in some depictions, they are the Egyptians themselves when they're depicting themselves in bondage after the Hyksos took over. So again, you have this issue where you have the Hebrews trying to attach themselves into history and trying to give validity to Israel. And again, there's no mention of Israel. We can get into the whole Miriam Patastella, which I studied myself. Here, this is it. Even when I went to the Cairo Museum, I told you guys, the curator told me that, you know, it's so many different interpretations of what it says, but it doesn't clearly say Israel, obviously. And the translation of it is basically talking about a land or a region that's supposedly where the Egyptians, or the Hebrews, I should say, was chased there by the Egyptians, or where the Hebrews were, or roamed, or what have you. It doesn't specifically say Israel. They're just trying to say it says Israel. It doesn't say Israel. There's no proof that the Merkabah Stela is talking to these, or pertaining to the Hebrews, the biblical Hebrews. There's no proof that the biblical Hebrews existed. Now, again, Hebrews want to talk about the Igbo and, you know, all the so-called tribes that supposedly exist in Africa now, saying that these tribes who claim to be Hebrews, which they do, are the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel. There's no proof of that. There's only proof that we know, as I talked about before, when Hebrew began to be taught, that these people, the first people that it was taught to was African people. They were indoctrinated into the religion, and then they spread it. This is why when we go back and look at the oldest depictions of Christianity or what have you, or the religion, we see all the black faces, you know, the black Jesus and all the black biblical figures. But this, because this happened and it was taught to African people. The people who was in that land during that time were black people. We know this. Everything got changed over once the Aryans, the white people, took over and changed the history or what have you, changed the look of it all to make it seem like they were the ones, or the chosen people, what have you. We get this whole look of the so-called Jews. Even in the Bible says that, you know, they are the synagogue of Satan. They are not Jews or what have you. They're not the real Jews. This is the part we agree on with the Hebrews. Clearly talking about black people. But that's because, of course, you know, it had to be black in that area. But when we look at the Jews that's supposed to be Jews in Israel, they are pale, they're white, they look like white people, as I talked about before, because this is, you know, who the Bible is speaking to. These people can't possibly be Jews because they didn't live in Israel or live in Egypt for a long time and, you know, kept this milky white skin. Now, I know people want to talk about this, you know, H1B1 and all this blood type and DNA supposedly of these black people go back to the Hebrews. The question is, again, what Hebrew body did you dig up that you can prove, one, is from the biblical Hebrews to compare the DNA to? Who are you comparing this H1B1 DNA to say that these people are specifically the biblical Jews? Because we don't have the DNA of a person that's proven to be a biblical Jew. So they kill me with this DNA crap. There's nobody to compare it to. We don't have a body. We don't have none of these people to compare DNA to say this is one of the biblical Jews. So, you know, the Shashu And the definition of these people being wanderers and plunderers, what have you, who the Egyptians call the Shashu for that reason, because that's what they did. And they chased them out. And they talk about how these people joined the Hittites and joined the Hyksos. And they were just, people who wandered and was looking for, places to dwell and people to basically join with. They wasn't the Hebrews. They don't even fit the description of the Hebrews when you read about these people. And every scholar who studies them will tell you it doesn't fit. Their traditions and the things they did does not fit with what the Bible says about the biblical Jews. So there's been many black Hebrews who I talked to who was harping on this point and trying to lean on the fact that these so-called hidden tribes who are not, talked about much in biblical doctrine are the actual, biblical Jews, when that's stupid. If it was, and we knew about these people, they would have talked about them. They would have put them in the book. So you got to ask yourself that question: why would they not mention these people if these people were the actual Jews, and we have proof to say that these people existed? The thing is, we can prove these people existed, but we can't prove that they were or are the biblical Jews. They are not. They clearly are not when you look at how the Bible describes them. So this is what they resort to. They got to make shit up and try to find anything they can to fit the biblical Jews, or fit what they wanted to fit, to give validity to these Jews existing, because there's no proof. The Merkabah stela is not proof that the Egyptians talked about Israel. If they talked about Israel, if they talked about the actual biblical Jews, we would have clear-cut proof in the reliefs from the ancient Egyptians that say these people were the Jews, that Moses parted the sea, that they were held in bondage in Egypt, and these people are the so-called, tribes of God and all this stuff like that. Nothing from the ancient Egyptians says this, period. So we're going off of what they want the truth to be, and that's not the truth. So again, as I talk about Deuteronomy 28, talking about the biblical Jews, and everything that it's pertaining to is basically talking about us black people being in bondage in America, and that's not the case. So we got to understand that it's not the same. Deuteronomy 28 in the King James Version is not the same as the oldest manuscripts. Again, another thing, the Ethiopian Bible is not the oldest freaking Bible. It's another thing that you guys keep getting wrong, because everybody want to try to attach Africa to the Bible. The Ethiopian Bible is not the oldest Bible. It is the oldest illustrated Bible, meaning it is the oldest Bible with pictures. That is it. It is not the oldest Bible. It's not older than the Codex Sinaiticus, or Codex Vaticanus. It's not older. So again, that Bible was copied from a Greek manuscript by Abba-Garima, who was on the cover of the Ethiopian Bible. He was a Byzantine royal. This is a white man giving Africans the Bible all over again. Of course, you're going to have African tribes in Africa 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 500 years ago, claiming to be Hebrews. So for those of you who believe in a Shashu and everything like that, you got to do some more research on that. Look into that. Got a lot more videos on YouTube about the Hebrew Israelite doctrine, or the teachings, or what they teach. Definitely check those videos out. I know a lot of people hit me up about questions about the Shashu, because you've been getting, debates about these people. They are basically wanderers. They are plunderers, people who stole, who the Egyptians gave a name to specifically for those reasons. If the Hebrews were the Hebrews, if they were the Hebrews in the Bible, they would have been specifically, talked about in a different light than a plunderer, or a wanderer. These people wasn't supposed to be wanderers in the Bible. They're supposed to be the chosen people of God with powers and the Ark of the Covenant and all this shit. Nobody talks about them because they didn't exist. There's no proof that they existed. So the Merkabah stela is not proof of Israel, or them, conquering anything or destroying anything or what have you. And again, it's more to that, because I think it was said it was destroyed, and then the person who said it was destroyed, I forget his name right now, would have been lying, because later on it's speaking about that same land. I forget what that entailed, but yeah, it's just too much holes in the whole story. Easy to debunk when you do some actual research. But yeah, I'll get into this more in a later video. But yeah, I really wanted to get on here and just talk about the the sale ending, because I know a lot of you guys will hit me up about it. I don't want you guys to miss it because it's definitely going to be down after Monday. So make sure you guys take advantage of that sale now. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you next video.